This is Jacob Talker 13 here, and today I'm going to be going over the best Liga BBVA squad so far this season. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with the goalkeeper. And most people would say that Courtois has been the best goalkeeper this season. Definitely the reason that Atletico Madrid is doing so well, along with Diego Costa up front. Without either of them, Atletico could easily be in 4th or 5th place. Technically, if you go game by game, Casillas has been better, but he's either played tough matches in the Champions League or really easy Copa del Rey matches. And so, Courtois has played a lot more games, so go ahead and use him there. Okay, now for the first center back, you might be kind of surprised, was going to be Gerard Piqué, who has been pretty inconsistent this season, but still, Barcelona have only conceded 17 goals, which is the second least in La Liga. And Piqué has had some pretty decent performances. Arguably you could put like Miranda there or some other Atletico Madrid center back. Any one of them. But I'm gonna go ahead and go with Piqué there. And the other center back you might not have heard of, but it's gonna be Marc Bartra, who is only 75 rated in FIFA. But this is for this season. I would imagine that he'll be getting an upgrade. He's done very well this season in the matches that he's played, and I think that he should probably be called up to the Spanish national team. He's pretty young, and it's going to be the same case for the right back, which is going to be Carvajal for Real Madrid, who also has done very well this season. He recently moved there from Leverkusen on a buyback clause, and when he played at Leverkusen, he got a Team of the Year, or Team of the Season, I forget which one, last year, and well deserved. He's been absolutely outstanding for Real Madrid. Running up the wings. He's got a couple of assists, started a lot of plays, and he's just done really well this season. And he also should be called up to the Spanish national team. Might not play like every match, but he should get at least one appearance in the World Cup. He's managed to get in there ahead of Arbeloa for Real Madrid. So I would think that he'd be able to do the same for Spain if they're not playing Ramos out there, which they still do occasionally. Okay, now for the left back. Now, most of these are just based on statistics this season, and because I don't actually get to watch Liga BBVA on my cable. So, but based on statistics, Felipe Luis is the best left back this season. Could obviously put Jordi Alba back there or Marcelo. Marcelo and Jordi Alba both have been inconsistent, fairly inconsistent. And they don't have that good of defensive stats this season. But anyways, Felipe Luis for Atletico Madrid, one of their key players, another one of those players that they need in the team. And on to the center mid. First off, it is going to be Koke for Atletico Madrid, and probably the third most important player to Atletico Madrid. Another one of the reasons they're doing well this season is because of how good he has done. He's got a lot of assists, created a lot of opportunities, and okay, don't know why I put him as a center offensive mid, whatever. The next player, by the way, Koke can play just about anywhere in the midfield, so it doesn't really matter. Just putting him at center mid because this formation works. It's a typical Spanish formation, 4-3-3. So, on to other center mid, and Iniesta or Xavi, neither of them will be in this because they haven't done very well this season. The only thing that Xavi or Iniesta have are their passing accuracy, which obviously is pretty good, but they don't have very many goals, don't have very many assists between them, and they haven't created like nearly as much opportunities as they have in the past, and they've still put in decent performances, but this season so far it's been Fabregas who has performed a lot better than either of them, getting a lot of assists along with being able to play up that striker position or the offensive mid position and get goals as well, and he still has the passing accuracy and key passes and all that stuff. So this season he's been probably the best center mid, better than Koke slightly. And the offensive mid is going to be Isco for Real Madrid, another youth player well, sort of youth player. He's 21 or 22 currently, but he's another player that definitely deserves to be called up to the Spanish national team. He's had a couple of appearances for them, and he's done very well for the U21 Spanish side. And he's done really well for Real Madrid this season, getting assists, getting some goals. Obviously, had a very good first couple of games, getting some goals in there. But he's one of their key players. I mean, they don't really need him because they have a lot of depth, have a lot of offensive-minded players that can play in his position. But he is an important player. When he does play, he does well. And the left wing is obviously going to be Ronaldo, and he has, I think, 31 goals and 6 assists in 26 games so far, not counting the Spanish Cup. So that's obviously why he's in there. And the right wing is going to be another Real Madrid player, and it's going to be Gareth Bale, who has played out on the right for most of the season. He's played at center offensive mid a couple of times and out on the left a couple of times when Ronaldo hasn't been there, like in a couple of Spanish Cup games. Ronaldo didn't play. Okay, right wing. But anyways, so Gareth Bale, Ronaldo has definitely done better than Messi this season, and also Bale has done better than Neymar. So Real Madrid, when it comes to individual player performances, are currently winning. Ronaldo, obviously doing better than Messi. Messi hasn't had that great of a season so far. Gareth Bale, on the other hand, him and Neymar have both done well, but he has 2 less assists and the same amount of goals in 6 less appearances than what Neymar has. So, he'll most likely get those 2 assists, probably a couple more goals if he had the same amount of appearances as Neymar. And the striker is actually not going to be Messi, because he's been very inconsistent this season, hasn't scored nearly as much goals as previous seasons. I would imagine that he'll start to do better. He's struggled with injuries, so it's not really his fault. But anyways, one player who has been in amazing form this season and has attracted a lot of interest from Chelsea and other big European clubs is Diego Costa for Spain as of a couple months ago, and Atletico Madrid hasn't actually played for the Spanish national team yet, but I'm ready for him to. He's going to represent them in the World Cup because he got to choose between Brazil or Spain. He's never played officially for Brazil, and he has Spanish nationality or something like that. But anyways, for Atletico Madrid, he's been absolutely amazing this season, scoring all kinds of goals. He has a better goal ratio than Messi, slightly less assists, but it's not your striker's jobs to score assists or make assists. It's their job to score goals. Okay, so there is the best Liga BBVA 11 so far this season. Could change near the end of the season. I'm going to go ahead and break that Costa is not going to stay up there with Ronaldo in goals this season. Figure Messi will probably pass him at some point, and then Ronaldo will get the top goal scorer for the season. Top assist is going to be between Fabregas and Koke. And anyways, there you go. So, okay. Probably not going to put a bench on here. Just the starting 11. Now, when it comes to clean sheets, Courtois is not doing very well. You could change a couple of these around, maybe the center backs differently, and maybe a different goalkeeper. Definitely not Diego Lopez. Diego Lopez has done terrible, and the rest of those, say, are pretty justified. So that'll be the end of the video. Like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later.